Everybody on YouTube. I know this is going to be a controversial video, especially since what just happened recently. And I wanted to just say I'm extremely sorry and saddened to hear about what happened to those 19 children. Um, that being said, I felt like I had to make this video to give a few pointers, and help people understand a little bit more about firearms and the current gun laws that we do have. Um, I do keep hearing the president, the vice president, and a lot of other liberals and people who don't understand this, including Kim Kardashian. I mean, who's going to listen to Kim Kardashian other than people who are brain dead? Um, they're saying that we don't have background checks on these guns. We need background checks for all firearms. Okay, just wanted to tell you that every modern firearm has a background check. That shotgun is a Mossberg 590. I needed to pass state and federal through the FBI background check. That is a double barrel shotgun right there. That's the good old Joe Biden double barrel shotgun. You know, the one you point up in the air and shoot, and then the other one you point at somebody. The good old Joe Biden double barrel shotgun. That thing I have to pass a background check through state and federal agencies in order to purchase. The one above it is a lever action Henry rifle. That is modern off of the Winchesters from the 1800s and stuff. It's a 44 Magnum, has 10 rounds in the tube magazine down there. So I have 10 rounds through there. Now, the one above it is a black powder muzzleloader. This is the gun that was made when our Constitution signed. Actually, this was like 1810 or 1820, but it's still a muzzleloader. That's the only firearm you don't need a background check on. Muzzleloaders you don't need background checks on. So if anything, people are talking about no background checks, it's for the muzzleloaders. None of these modern, and none of these are even modern, these are old. None of these modern style firearms, they all have background checks. Now, you want to talk about magazine size limits. We need to restrict magazine size limits, or we need to restrict magazine sizes. Okay. So Virginia just tried to do this. They tried to restrict the magazine size to, I believe, 10 rounds for handguns. Okay. This handgun right here is a 1911. This is a modern style handgun. They're all modeled around this type of, magazine-fed pistol, okay? This one I have 3 magazines. They're 8 rounds. You can see the number 8 right there. And I can load one in the chamber, so I got 9 rounds. So, okay, limit the magazine size to 10 rounds. That means a lot of Glocks will not be able to use 15-round magazines anymore. But people will still be able to purchase a gun like this. And they'll still be able to purchase Glocks, compact ones with magazine reductions, but they'll still have it. So anybody can go out there and purchase this and have 8 rounds plus 1, fire 8 rounds, drop the mag by pushing the little slide release right there, put a new mag in there, have 8 more rounds, drop the mag, 8 more rounds, and just keep repeating, okay? That's not going to stop criminals at all. These 2 pistols right here are 170-year-old revolvers. They are black powder. They do not require a background check because by federal law and state law, they are not considered firearms. Now, that being said, anybody could purchase these, have them delivered to their door, and load them. And if they had ill intentions, they could use these in a mass shooting. Yes, these can be used in a mass shooting. That's 2 pistols right there. That's 12 shots. If I had 2 pistols and 2 cylinders or 4 of these things, that's 24 rounds. Magazine size restrictions and restrictions on AR-style rifles are not going to stop anybody. This is the reason why I made this video. Now, as far as muzzle loaders go, I wanted to respond to Kim Kardashian's comment. She said something in the area where The Second Amendment was made over 200 years ago, and it was made at the time when guns like this only had one shot, or a pistol like that only had one shot. And the founding fathers had no idea that guns could have 25 or 30 rounds, or etc. Okay, I do understand her point. However, she wants to get rid of the Second Amendment or completely change it to where nobody can purchase a firearm anymore. This is my problem with people who think that. Those people are extremely dangerous. Those people want to take away your rights to bear arms. Everybody in this country who is law-abiding, who doesn't have a criminal history, can purchase a firearm. And that's the beauty of living in this country. Now, if Kim Kardashian had her way, she would get rid of the Second Amendment. Nobody could purchase firearms. The problem with this is she also needs to understand that she has the freedom of speech, which is also the amendment, First Amendment, that you have the freedom of speech. Anything she says, she can say whatever she wants because we have the First Amendment, because we are not a dictatorship, okay? Now, if somebody like her wants to get rid of the Second Amendment, what's to say somebody like her could get rid of the First Amendment? I'm going to restrict your speech. You can't say anything anymore. You have no opinion. Do you understand that? Anything you say, I'm going to arrest you for. Shut your mouth. Nothing you say. Do you understand what I'm talking about here? I have so much going through my mind. It just amazes me how these people think. So she wants to get rid of the Second Amendment. Why don't we just get rid of all the amendments? Why not? So I don't agree with her. And I don't agree with magazine restrictions because I just gave you an example. Revolvers have 6. Limited magazine sizes to 10 is not going to do anything. The 1911 has 7 rounds or 8 rounds for some of the standard magazines. Limiting them to 10 is not going to do anything. Limiting shotguns for magazines. Some of these shotguns have magazine fed, that you can pop the magazine out, put a new magazine in there. Some of those have that. That's not going to stop a pump action. So I have 8+1 in this thing. Magazine size limits for a double barrel, good old Joe Biden shotgun. What do you think you're going to do with that? So you see the Bandolera right here? This is 52 rounds in that. Anybody could purchase a double barrel shotgun, good old Joe Biden. They should have Joe Biden stamped on the side of this gun. So anybody could purchase this, get a Bandolera if they're mentally ill, and they could cause a mass shooting with this. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So nobody needs an AR-15. Nobody needs a Glock with an extended 30-round magazine. Nobody needs that stuff. You could do the same thing with a gun from the 1800s. Hell, I could even have 6 of those on me, like Blackbeard, and I could go full-on pirate. You know what I mean? So magazine restrictions is not the issue. The issue is mental health. The issue with mental health is when Ronald Reagan was president, he got rid of mental institutions. So now we don't have sanitariums anymore. There are millions and millions of people on the streets who have severe mental problems who are not getting the help that they need. Okay? These people who are living on the streets or living next door to you, those are the people that you need to worry about, okay? It's not firearms, it is the mentally ill. The kids and the people who get teased in school and grow up to be psychos, those are the ones that are causing these problems. It is not firearms. So restricting the magazine size limit or the type of firearm you can buy is not going to solve the problem. What's going to solve the problem is getting these lunatics off the street, keeping them in prison. You got to stop releasing these people who are committing violent crimes. And you also got to keep people in these mental institutions like we used to in the past, okay? That is going to fix the problem. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about here? So anybody with a good old Joe Biden shotgun could do exactly what happened a few days ago. It doesn't need an AR rifle to do that. Thank you.